Hey good people, if you want to unlock the pattern for the Wolfsbane Exotic Sword, even though it looks like an axe, whatever y'all want it to be, this is how you're going to do it. Go ahead and open up your portal, and you're going to go to Pinnacle, and the mission that you are going to want to run is the Heliostat Exotic mission right here. So really quick, just very baseline general tips and helps for you is there's a lot of Vex in this mission. So if it's available, go ahead and throw in a temporal armaments mod. This is great against Cabal and Vex targets for extra damage. Boom, throw that on. And also, just so you know, weapons that have any type of ad control perks like bolt shot, incandescent, even making your rounds volatile, anything that helps with crowd control is really good. All right. If y'all have any extra tips for people down below, please let them know in the comments. But I want to show you how to get through the mission nice and smoothly. All right, so you'll start it up. You'll end up here in Archon's Keep, and you're going to end up already dealing with some Cabal. You know, controlled by the Conductor Cabal, but still Cabal. So those Vex armament mods I was telling you about, great choice here. Having a nice range special weapon like Mint Retrograde, like you see here, is going to be amazing for this. So just keep that in mind. A nice weapon that has ad control, that uses primary ammo is great. And then something that can hit hard from far away like Mint Retrograde. So after you clear this out, you're going to be introduced to this circle right here. You're going to see this throughout the level. It's going to say call radiation shielding. You're going to have a Scion homie pop up and a timer at the top of your screen. And this means you got to run past the orange glowing radiation as fast as you can, because if you get hit by that without the protection that the Scion gives you, you probably know how that's going to end up. So you make your way through these corridors by using that nice simple little mechanic, right? Keep going. You can only follow one path. You're going to jump here to the sewer with the deactivated Siva all up and around it, and follow the lights until you get to the bunker War 6. You're going to see another circle now. It's going to be called Call Quicksilver Scion. You're going to be calling in a lot of Scions here, y'all. So these Scions, what they're going to do is they're going to do some AI stuff. They might be running in the walls. It's kind of funny. But when they're around, you're going to see a special enemy, usually a Minotaur. It's going to drop a circle pool. You stand in it until radiolarial saturation is full. You see that at the top of your screen. And when it is, look for that Scion. That Scion is literally going to run to a door that you need to meet it at. And after it's full to saturation, you meet it, activate it with the Scion, and you can head on through. So in this room, you're going to have more goblins, and you are actually going to have a champ here. So don't forget a nice little pulse rifle or any weapon that has anti-barrier. So in this room, what you have to do is look for these security nodes and shoot them with any weapon to activate them. You need 4. As you can see, they're going to be in different rooms around. What you're doing is here in the middle, they're going to keep spawning, and you're waiting for one of those Minotaurs to pop up for you, which is right here. So now that I see the Minotaur, it drops the pool that I need. I'm going to fill up my radiolarial suffusion. Yeah, suffusion, right? Saturated. Now that that happened, you're going to see the Scion go to the next door like I was telling you about. Go ahead and activate it. I'm going to let you through. In each room, you're usually going to find a gang of enemies waiting for you. And then after you take them out, or as you take them out, either which way, you are going to see security node. You can shoot it and run if you want as well, if you just want to do this nice and quick. And go back to the center, and you're going to repeat this until all of your nodes are shot, alright? Alright, y'all, so just so you know real quick, as a recap, for big ticket enemies you need to watch out for, you are going to have Hydras that pop up. Definitely prioritize them. They're going to be the Minotaurs that you need to progress this, and you will keep seeing barrier champions unless they ever change those champions for this, okay? Right. Now, when all 4 are shot, it's going to say descend. Go ahead and descend, y'all. Pick up any ammo you need. In the middle of the room, boom, boom, boom. You're going to come down to this little sewer area that reminds me of 0 Hour with the pipes and all that. Okay, this is kind of like a maze. If you go down the wrong way during this part, you're gonna die. So let me make it nice and simple for you, okay? Step 1, when you get down here, look for a computer console, a terminal. It's gonna be right here. Go ahead and activate it. Once you activate it, look to your right. You're gonna see one right corner, right? Not this right corner, because there's nothing there. You're gonna look for the next right corner, so it's going to kind of be diagonally behind you, if that makes sense, and that's going to be the correct door. If you see this, you know you're going the right way. If you went the wrong way, you're going to see some arc trying to fry your butt cheeks. All right, when you get here, you're going to try to go to your far top left, because these are all mazes, kind of trick doors. So you see, if you would stay there, you're going to die. So when you come in through this door, make it nice and simple for you. Your top left, far left. All right, so I'm going to jump here, and jump here. And this is the correct door because you have somewhere to fall down. It actually opens, okay? Now, when you get in here, you want to look towards the actual pathway in this hallway. And then you're going to go ahead and go to the far right this time. Okay, so jump over, and this door to your far right at the top. When you get here, jump straight across, well, almost straight across, and that's the next open door for you. Now, when you get here, one more time, you're going to go to your far right when you're looking down towards the deep end of the hallway, all right? So jump across. Okay, boom, and far right. There you go. When you see this hallway, you are going the right way. Go to the middle, look for the blue pipe, and go ahead and go through and follow the path. All right, here you're going to get to this bunker-looking area. And now it's time to call a hacking scion. Another type of scion, homie, all right? When you get them in here, you're going to need them to do a duo hack. Means you hack a terminal, they hack a terminal at the same time to open the correct doors. The terminals are going to look like this, okay? They're going to have this orange picture on them. All right, so I'm going to call hacking scion over to this one. All right, that means they're ready to hack on their side. I'm going to drop into the middle where this Warsat is. We'll look for this little pathway. Going to jump through it to my side. And it's going to say execute partner hack. Once you do that, boom, door is going to open. Of course, you make your way to the door. Also, if y'all noticed, there's the picture of where you needed to hack right there. So that's going to match the symbol on the console that I hacked. All right, so when you're in the very next room, you're going to see this in the middle, and you got to do another partner hack. Go to your right, call over the hacking scion. He's going to run over, he's going to get ready for you, and then you're going to jump over to the opposite side, and you're going to go ahead and execute that partner hack. All right, elevator access granted. Okay, so after the elevator goes down, you'll see these arc walls. They will kill you if you freaking touch them. So the way to disable each arc wall is to shoot the node closest to it as you get closer. They will pop up again after a certain amount of time. So you can either go real action hero and just 360 no scope mode and slide down as you're shooting them all, or you can shoot them and try to use the geometry that's on the walls like this right here to slow yourself down long enough to go ahead and get to the next one. All right, there it is. There it is. And there you go. That's the best way that I do it, nice and quickly. But I understand it might take a couple tries for you, and that's okay if it does. If there's another way to disable that, please let us know down below, all right? So make your way through here. You're going to come to this huge, wide open area. You're going to go ahead and jump on down, and you're going to be met with a bunch of Cabal. So you're here, you're going to have some Death Watch Cabal, you're going to have shields, and you're going to have unstoppable champions that you're going to want to deal with. Alright, so at this part, I count 2 unstoppable champions. And you'll have snipers in the top middle you want to take care of with a long distance weapon. Nice and easy. And then the rest are just Cabal with shields and a couple yellow bars of that variant. Once you get into the middle of this whole thing, you're going to have another Call Hacking Scion. After activating the console right here, you're going to see in the middle of the room is going to be 3 walls with 3 glowing symbols on each wall. Each flat sides of these walls are going to correspond and be facing a room that has a hacking terminal on this side and 3 symbols in some rooms in the back side. All right. So how do you get the 3 correct security code fragments entered? You see that in your top left. You're going to look at the symbols on the wall, right? So you see that should look familiar to you. And then you're going to look on the wall here in the middle to the one that's closest to that room. As I can see, the first symbol that I see is this one on the left. And the first symbol I see on the left in that room is the same symbol. So make sure you call over your hacking scions so they're in the correct position. And to get to those rooms where there's usually going to be enemies in, I killed mine to make it a little simpler for me. You got to shoot out vents on the walls or floor. They'll be pretty obvious. They'll be gray, light gray colored. You shoot through and you're going to make your way to this room, okay? I'm telling you, I'm shot them out already, but they're going to be obvious to you as long as you know what you're looking for. Once you clear out the enemies in here, go ahead and execute partner hack. As you can see, security code fragment accepted. All right, that's 1 out of 3. Now, we're going to make our way back to the center room. And then we're going to repeat this with the other 2 rooms. What we're looking for is a square in the middle. All right, so let's look over here. And I see a square in the middle. So I'm going to call over Hacking Scion Homie. And then I'm going to drop through. And after shooting out the vents, of course, but I already did that, remember? Make my way to the room. The vent right here. Go through. Remember, clear out the enemies. And if you get them wrong, you're going to get 2 yellow bar enemies showing up. I'm going to execute partner hack. Security code fragment accepted. So that only leaves 1 more room, the one you haven't done. And it's going to be the symbol that's on the wall that you haven't done yet. I did 2 examples just so I could show you twice how that works. Let me know if this makes sense. All right, so showed you the last one just in case you still weren't understanding it. But once the 3 are done, you're gonna make your way back to the center again. And this time, you're gonna have some more Cabal that you gotta kibosh, you know what I'm saying? All right, so in this room, you're gonna have Colossus commanders, you're gonna have dogs, you're gonna have butchers with the freaking cleavers, and you're gonna have unstoppable and barrier champs show up with even a few sniper scions. All right, so you gotta be ready with this one. Have a nice super ready to go and weapons you need for those champions to deal with them. As I said, those add control perks that I told you about really gonna come in handy, y'all. All right, so after you clear them out, your objective is going to be complete. And now it's going to say activate Warsat elevators. Okay, so you're going to go back to that same terminal that you hit before, and boom, you activated it. You're going to get a little chest here, you know, give you some loot before you go back on your way and finish this out. So grab your stuff, and then you're going to head through the opposite end. You should see some enemies down there. That way you know you're going the right way. All right, so this is kind of a jumping puzzle here, y'all. You're going to see an elevator that you're going to want to take up. And you're going to make your way across this big old huge scaffolding labyrinth type room, all right? And you are going to see radiation here. So, remember what you have to do to protect yourself from the radiation. Get rid of your champions that you're going to have up here to give yourself some room, especially any snipers. Just clear them out so you don't have to worry about them messing up your timing. Now, when you see these paths that are leading to the opposite side, it's going to have these radiation emitters there to kind of give you a hint of where you got to go. Make sure you find the shielding scion circle and you call them. When you do, you got to hurry up though, because remember there is a timer. So go ahead and start jumping across. And if you miss that timer, that is okay. What's going to happen is you can actually time it, if you're careful, for when this circle of radiation is like that. They pulse. So you're going to have some time in between each pulse of radiation. So if you land on the platform when the pulse is not bubbling up like that, you'll be fine. So it's just to let you know, if you're trying to speed run this, you don't want to stop. But other than that, just find the next circle as you make your way and go ahead and keep jumping across these radiation platforms. All right, so I jump up here, make it easy on me, boom, boom. Then you're gonna see more scaffoldings here. Okay. And this is the part that I'm telling you. I can show you about how to kind of time this, just so you know, in case you get stuck or you don't see. This will be the time you want to jump on there before that starts pulsing out, okay? And then you want to jump out. And you want to time this so that that bubble disappears like that. You land here. And you hurry up and get across before the next radiation bubble pops out. Alright, so I'm going to jump here to this side. And if you look up and you follow the same path that I took, you're going to see a nice little opening to get you through. Alright, when you get here, you're going to see some enemies down the hallway. And guess what? That's exactly where you want to go, of course. So, it's going to be a Gravlift access. Go ahead and hit that. And then jump into the bright, red, dangerous little light that you probably wouldn't jump in if you wasn't a freaking guardian. Alright, now we're going to jump across. And you got a few more enemies that you need to worry about. But when you get here, this is your way out. Now, you need both these lights here to be green to activate this Gravlift, okay? So you need to go activate another Gravlift. So what this is showing you, essentially with the light, and whether it's on the left or the right, is what side you already activated. So on the left, we already activated the left one. Don't go left. All right, no light on the right. That means that's the way we're going to go and fight. You like that, right? Can't help but rhyme there. So I'm going to go towards the right now. We're going to do the same thing that we did before until we get another Gravlift access. As you can see, we made it to the other Gravlift access. Now both your lights should be green. Head into the dangerous light again. And now with 2 green lights, that means you could definitely go. Or go. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump through our Gravlift. And we're going to just let that take us up. It's going to take us to the next room, of course. And in here, it's going to be a little different. You're going to have all your Scion homies here at the same time. So, a lot of enemies to deal with. Those ad control perks are going to come in handy. But as you can see, some things did not change. It's going to be everything you learned up to this point all together. So, looking for the Minotaurs, right? You get your radiolarial suffusion. You get saturated. Boom, saturated. And clear out as much as you can to give you some breathing space. And then go ahead and look for a Quicksilver Scion. That's the one that opens the door for you. So when you find a Quicksilver Scion, help Scion dissolve. Like I said, you learned this before. They're going to let you into a room where you're going to find Cabal. Usually. There'll be different enemies in each one. But you have more enemies to just wipe out really quick. And the whole point of going into this room is to go ahead to call your hacking Scion. Alright. So they're going to come over and run into the room that you're in. And as you can see, that symbol right there, they're ready. And so you're going to go out of that room with the first hacking Scion. And you're going to go find the next Quicksilver Scion. Now that you got the first Scion in position, help them bust the door open right there. You're going to make your way up the stairs.
Alright, and guess what you're supposed to do in this room? You probably guessed it, y'all. You're going to have to complete the door hack.
So when you're in this room, you're going to see the symbol that was right next to the symbol that the other Scion was hacking at. Execute partner hack. Satellite launch deferred. That's what you want. Alright, and then when you do that, you can pretty much jump down the hall into the main room to make it a little shorter for you when you go through these rooms. Alright, and now you're going to have a boss, Valus Thunn, up in here. When you see him on the scaffolding, you're going to have beam goblins, you're going to have snipers, things you definitely want to deal with. There's going to be crates all over the room on the outer edges. You're going to want to use those for cover. But also keep in mind, now you got dogs to deal with too. So what I like to do is I prioritize snipers first. I take cover on the outer ends if you need to, and just start clearing out the enemies closest to you and all the way towards the center. All right, until you have some breathing space where you can do damage to Mr. Valus. And you know how this goes. You're gonna get 3 of those bars, and when you hit 1 bar, he's gonna stop, shield up, and he's gonna radiate the room. And when this happens, guess you get to see freaking chickens. That's great. Wyverns. Alright, so when he does that, you're going to find the Scion that gives you psionic protection, and you're going to have to go claim that protection from him to survive a radiation blast that the boss is going to do. And if you notice, it'll say in red on your screen that the boss is preparing to irradiate the room. So after that happens, then you protected yourself, and more damage time for Mr. Thunn. Or Thunn. No, Thunn, right? Thunn, yeah. Thunn. You want to keep your distance from him and make sure you just keep refreshing your psionic protection, because you're going to have this radiation continuing to go off in the room. All right, so just keep that in mind. But in this last round, you're going to see unstoppable champs pop out too. Keep that in mind. So I'm going to refresh my protection as I'm trying to clear out snipers in the room, all those type of enemies that really just don't want to deal with. As I'm protected, it's time to do damage to the boss. Machine guns, rocket launchers, linear fusion rifles really do great damage here. After you schmurder the boss, you're going to have a Call Scion circle pop up. Now it's going to tell you go ahead and destroy the machine. Shoot this plate part of it right there, And it's gonna be, oh shoot, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, this is what you're supposed to do. Reach through the timeline, which is just, interact with it after you shoot that plate off. And you have now completed it. You should have the pattern for your brand new axe/sword that jumps out of here as you complete the mission. Alright, y'all, that was a lot of information. If y'all have more tips, please hit the comments. If this helped you, please hit the comments. I need all the help with the algorithm I can have. And a free like is great. If you like guides like this and this made your life a little easier, please subscribe for more stuff like this. And thank you so much for the support. I'm out.